Hey FTM Kickstart, it is Nick here, and I wanted to use my free topic to discuss something that is very important to me and has shown me a lot about my life and about myself and helped me through a lot of difficult situations. So, the topic that I'm going to discuss is self-growth and how important I feel that is to be a functional, healthy adult. So I think that for me, self-growth was inevitable. If I was the same person that I was whenever I was like 16, 17, I don't think that I would have been a very successful person or adult. And I've recently come to terms with the fact that I'm ready to let my past go a little bit. I've always kept that tucked right in my pocket. I've always known where I came from, and it's helped me, be appreciative of the opportunities that I'm given and where I'm going. But I also feel like you get to a point with certain things where it's time to let them go because they're just holding you back instead of helping you move forward. So for me, I battled a lot whenever I was younger with drug addiction. I started with normal drugs like pot and stuff like that, or prescription pills, whatever was readily available. And then I worked my way up to cocaine, and then ecstasy, and then before I realized that I was on methamphetamines. So, it didn't take me but like a year to progress to that state. I always had a very addictive personality, and as far as guidance went, I didn't really have somebody looking over my shoulder, making sure I was making the right decisions with my life. And so before I knew it, I was on drugs and very much an addict. And it took a lot for me to realize the mistake that I was making. And I hurt a lot of people in the process of it. And then I actually went into like a institution for a while. For like mental health more than anything else, and I ended up getting sober, and then I decided I needed to move, and I was making these decisions as a 16, 17-year-old. I was not an adult, and I was having to make very adult decisions for my life. So needless to say, I've been sober now for like 4 years. I've been clean. I haven't had any relapses, and it's been a very rewarding experience to see those changes. But it was like after I got done with my addiction with drugs, that same addiction switched over to food. And then once I got that away from food, it seemed to switch to people, into a codependency. So I feel like my addiction just bounced around because I didn't get to the root of the problem. And I still don't know if I'm at the root of the problem. I feel like for me the root is something that's linked to my childhood and to the things that I went through as a child, and like the kind of experiences that I had. And that's what brings me to this topic, self-growth and improving upon yourself in a very conscious way. I feel like so many people wait until this dramatic thing happens in their life to actually put themselves through the ringer. Instead, I feel like it should be more of a conscious effort. I feel like it's like a stage where I will be very focused on figuring out why I do something or trying to understand it by researching articles. It's kind of like whenever you discovered your trans identity, how you did research. It's kind of the same thing, but geared towards other things that you do. Like for me, like the addictions, like what is the root of the problem of an addiction? You know, why do I keep getting addicted to things? What is causing me to not move forward in my life? And by using that same mentality that I used whenever I discovered I was transgender, I have opened myself up to new things in life and really bettered myself. And I do feel like it's a double-edged sword, because really starting to work on yourself is emotionally draining. It's emotionally draining. It makes you question if, like, your own sanity sometimes, like, because you realize things you've been doing for so long or decisions you've made that have been unhealthy. And it's not hard, you know, it's not hard to fall into this depressed rut because of this growth. So it's something that should be taken on very consciously. And I just feel like, for me, as a trans male, there's so many times that society looks at me like I am unhealthy simply because of being transgender. Because that's the way, that's kind of the light it's been put in. Same with, you know, just regular GLB people. GLB. Gay, lesbian, bi. You know, it's like, what happened to you to make you gay? Or why are you making that decision? Or you're just looking for attention, or whatever. I've had people straight up tell me that my parents never enforced gender roles, which was very far from the truth. I don't think anybody escapes gender roles in their life, whether their parents enforce them or not. It's just to be expected. If you're a female, that you're going to act this way, or male, you're going to act that way. But I feel like people already look at me like I'm this unhealthy person, and I feel like that fueled this almost like fire in me to be the healthiest person I can be, and I'll never get there, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like it's always going to be a battle and discovery. I think the shallowest people are the people that feel that they know themselves, because I found just about the time I feel like I know who I am is whenever I discover some of the biggest shit to deal with. And yeah, so that's my topic. It's more of a challenge for people to dig deep and kind of work on those things that we all subconsciously or consciously know we need to work on. It's something that may not be the healthiest thing. I say dig deeper and figure out what it's connected to, or why you're doing that, or what's linked to it, and learn yourself. Don't just look at the outside world as this thing that shapes you. While it does, we're a filter. The world is very much coming through our eyes and our mind, and the type of person we are, it's filtering through us. We hear and see the things we need to hear and see for us to feel good. If that makes sense. Anyways, so that was Dr. Phil for you. Dr. Nick checking in. Yeah, that was, I mean, it's just, it's been on my mind a lot. So I thought I'd make that video for you guys. And kind of, yeah, just challenge you and see what's going on in y'all's minds. Okay, thanks for watching. Peace.